Halson isn't affected by the thing. Oh. Wow.
Looking ahead. Daniel still suffers. There'll be no improvement until his essence is restored, I fear. In truth, I'm not sure. Perhaps it can be reasoned with, but I'm not hopeful. And you saw this, and I truly, if you want me, I'm yours.
Why can't
Against the
I?
curse, against the absolute... anything.
Oh, fine.
I'll be ready.
Fine. Before it was just like, I need you to come now. Where do we look? Oh, yeah, this is where we look. Let's go. Halson Daddy. You are so small in comparison to Halson.
Moving ahead.
Where's this way?
I should speak up.
I won fair and square. There's no point in playing again. I want a challenge.
Though shrouded in shadows, the child's resemblance to Thaniel is unmistakable. This must be his dark half, warped by the curse.
Go on, find someone else to play with. Spoil sport. I'm not going back. I like it here. I've made a family for myself. I get to play all the time. Not harder. Impossible. I don't want to play with you anymore.
A slippery little bugger, isn't he? He'll be looking for somewhere safe. Somewhere where the shadows are nice and strong.
Fight, fight, fight!
Let's see, Bear Boy.
Nice done. Starns first. Come on.
To the death.
Uh-oh. That was a mistake. Or maybe it was okay.
I'll make my own fun if I have to. And my own friends.
Let my name be known.
watching me.
Swift and lethal.
Now let's see what Wholesome can do. He's got some cool spells and whatnot.
I will ascend.
You should have just left me alone. Spoil my fun. I'll teach you a lesson. Just you watch.
Oof.
Want to play? Let me show you my favorite toy.
Oh no. Shadow plush.
Victory awaits.
Stop that! You're supposed to be playing, not breaking things.
Taste my fury.
Hell yeah. Nice.
Spoiling my fun. Stop it right now, or you'll be sorry. me alone. Why can't I just stay here, playing? I had everything I've ever wanted, right here! And you've ruined it. I'm leaving. You can't make me.
Be gentle. He's much more than a child. But he doesn't truly know that. It shall be done. Oliver, nobody is making you leave. This is your home. But it is dark, empty, lonely. I don't want you to be alone. I want you to be with Daniel.
Why should I go back to him? He abandoned me.
No, you were stolen from each other. Neither of you are to blame. And I know your pain. I truly do. Daniel was my friend also. I played with him, grew up while he stayed the same. He made me who I am today. And then he was ripped away from me. Same as for you. But you need not be alone any longer. You need not invent friends. Daniel is back. He's waiting for you.
Fine. I'll do it. It might be nice to be with him again. Bye. And thank you for playing with me.
It's done, at last. Soon the land will be unshrouded. We should return to Thaniel when we can.
Nice. Actually, Halsen turned out to be very powerful. I like it. Has a bit of a healing, has some good spells.
Is he strong as well? Like, does he have high strength?
No. His strength is 10. His wisdom is
Oh wow!
the best at
He
dexterity.
looks fucking ripped as fuck. It's kind of funny.
No one stopped me yet.
Well, in comparison to us puny guys with 8 strength, 8 strength,
What about lae'zel?
and then lae'zel 17, but she's Githyanki,
Yeah,
so
exactly.
they're built differently, you know, like she can be skinny as fuck.
She would rip Hasen in two.
Yep, she's strong, and she's like this cute little
That ends.
girly.
Oh,
I'm
perhaps
18,
it could have.
I'm 18 years old, and I'm very small, but I'm also mighty powerful.
Mhm.
Was that? What's that?
Okay,
What now?
Siren, take your torch out. Oh, you did have it, but it was not on.
Still alive.
How odd.
So that's progress. What's that? Let's see. That might be worth a look. I wonder what that did.
Where have I gotten to? I feel not even a touch of curse.
On my way.
accept Shah's test of your intellect? Do you think yourself wise enough to be granted Shah's blessing? Do you think yourself wise enough to be granted Shah's blessing? A warm swell rises through you. Acceptance. You are worthy.
Careful, I'm bound.
Do you accept Shah's test of your intellect?
Oop.
You feel a small pulse of energy race up your spine, and a strange sensation of acceptance.
At least things have stayed interesting.
Are you bold of heart and sharp of tongue? Can you turn any and all to the Dark Lady's cause?
Charisma, yes. Smirk, of course. Do you even need to say it? Yes.
Confidence surges through you. You feel like there is nothing you can't do, no one you can't win over. The statue seems to agree and approve.
Nice.
Don't waste a step. What's hiding here?
An altar to Shah. It appears to seek prey and a blood offering. Your blood.
Nice.
Bet that will fit in my pack.
Okay.
No time to
Yeah.
waste.
Pretty cute.
Hmm.
Need to find a way forward. Yes.
Let's have a little fun.
Time to strike.
This will do nicely.
We just got two big creatures pulling this guy here.
Really scary.
Victory awaits.
I thought he just has to deal with 4 normal humans and then 2 of them turn into fucking monsters.
Right, these guys are sentinels, so I guess they don't really are not people, so. You failed to push a Starion. I just love this. Look at this. It's a multi-attack, right?
Mm-hmm.
Look at the damage. And then more. Slayer, so much fun. Oh my god, that was epic. Can jumped and smacked him on the head.
Nice.
On my way.
Yeah, celebration.
That took the edge off. Never a dull moment. Never wanted the easy path.
Oh, shit, we can still loot the bodies.
What's in here?
It is done. Now Thaniel will be whole again. I could not have done this without you, my friend. We should return to camp when we can. I must see how Thaniel is faring. With the Oak Father's blessing, the Shadow Curse may soon be no more.
Why is it so blue here?
Seems like a good moment to talk.
Hey! I know you! You're... Twist 'em up!
It's you! Our little idol thief from the Druid's Grove.
Sorry. It knocks the wind right out of me.
That druid idol I took?
It changed me. I can do all sorts of stuff now, not just the vines. I think real hard and say some loud words and then it happens. Mostly. You gotta help me first. Me and Mum and Pops. We followed Zevlor out here, then he... Well, there was an ambush. Mum yelled, "Run!" So we ran. I could hear him running behind me. Till I couldn't. Still can't find him. But I bet you can. You'll help me, I just know it.
You notice the girl shivering in fear and anger. She is not yet ready to hear the truth of her parents' fate.
Fair.
Sure. The vine trick, at least. Maybe some others. But not till you get my Mum and Pops back. You're trying to scare me, to see if I'm tough enough to make it out there. I'll prove it. Let me help in the camp, till you bring Mum and Pops back to me. Oh, thanks. You're the best. So you send Mum and Pops there. I'll be waiting, hero man.
Destroy the child.
Why is Halson's little thing says... is saying
bear.
cave bear?
Yes, that's what he is.
He's not in the bear form anymore!
It's like the fucking map from Harry Potter, it shows his true form.
I know, that's hilarious. He's actually just a... What? Why is... What?
Alright, what now?
Why is he under fucking floor? See? You only see 3 people, right?
Mm-hmm.
It shows me on the map here, the Dark Urge. I'm on the fucking staircase!
Oops.
What the fuck? How did I go under the map? Oh man.
We have the fast travel.
Let's explore this area. My friends are like, what? What if I just talk to someone?
I never saw myself as a banisher of shadows before. I was always more of a lurker-in, historically.
Don't teleport me back.
Thaniel rests well.
What the hell?
He's
I was
healing
becoming
very
a child
rapidly
all of a
now
sudden.
that Oliver has returned to him. I knew I could put my faith in you. If only we had met sooner.
Maybe we can just go to the camp. Yeah, I'm just gonna go to the camp. Hope it teleports me back from the fucking earth. Yeah, here I am.
Gods, you're beautiful.
I think we've done rather a good thing here. A welcome change to give this land a sliver of hope amongst so much despair.
Hey, Gale, that's a bit... That's kind of like rubbing salt into my wounds, saying that, you know, I've done some damage to these lands before I could help them.
These lands will soon be free of Shah's grasp. You can almost sense it.
What is
If I
this
was a
new
bard, I
hairstyle?
might be tempted to draw comparisons
Pretty cool,
between
I
nature
like
and
it.
myself, both shaking off Shah. But luckily for you, I'm no bard.
Very funny.
Wish we could stay and see what this place will be like without the shadows. I bet it's beautiful. No rest for the wicked, huh?
The shadows are lifted. Finally, we can breathe free.
The curse is broken and the shadows are lifting. In time, these lands will heal.
Oh, here is the hero.
If you have business to conclude before we march, the road to and the city needs us.
Still the same thing.
Hey, you. I made it. Easy peasy. You find Mum and Pops? No. No. I don't believe you. It isn't true. It isn't. Get away from me. Go.
Thy will. Dost thou require a new ally?
Leave me alone.
I swear, I can already feel a change in the air. Like the curse itself knows its time is short. I can't say for certain, but we'll see it come to pass long before this place recedes behind us. Don't worry. All is at hand. We can depart whenever you're ready. No more than my right hand can absorb my left. Oliver is helping Thaniel to recover. They both lie dormant, like trees awaiting spring. Once the curse is lifted, they can stand as one or as a pair. Whatever they wish. I hope they will remain as a pair. It will be good for them both to have a friend, once I'm gone. Still, I would like to return here someday. See Thaniel and Oliver again. In my meditations, or perhaps in person, if the Oak Father wills it. I hope he does. I have. But perhaps there is more that I want. Anyway, once the curse is lifted, nature can take its course without me. I belong at your side. Not what, who, but all in due course.
Halson's like, I have finished my business with Daniel now, and now I want you.
Honors yours.
I surprisingly have a shit ton of allies as and companions as a Dark Urge. I had so little in the previous Evil playthrough in comparison.
It's good, at least things are happening in the camp.
Oh yeah, I really like it. It's much sadder when you don't have whom to talk to.
I swear, I can already feel a change in the air.
What? Does it have a thingy stuck on House and still?
I swear, I can already...
I have such a headache. These boots have seen everything. Always room for more. That might be worth a look. I'll give it a shot.
Dark justiciars who fell long ago in service of Shah and Ketheric Thorn.
No traps, please.
I swear, I can already...
Gods, you're beautiful. I was just wondering when you'd invite me back for a bite.
A pile of crushed bones of varying shapes, sizes, and creatures. Here lies the Grand Mason, his bones and lies exposed. Let this be a warning. Those who defy Shah's will shall suffer darkness without her blessing.
I should speak up.
Tread carefully. You are still necessary.
Gods, what's that smell? Sulfur? Bizarre. Wonder if the gods are watching me. Light on my feet.
I remember it too well. Much druid and harper blood was spilled in taking it, only to lose it again.
I'll take that. Let's have a look.
That might be worth a look.
Bet I can crack that open.
Watch your back. Hardly a challenge.
Looking ahead. With haste.
Something over there.
Keep your distance, darling.
still alive. So that's progress. At the ready. Best be on my way. What do I have to lose?
They will know what bit them.
Hyra ascend.
Can't even catch my breath. feet. All right, time to skulk about.
Ready or not?
Time to strike. My prey awaits.
Time to push my luck again. Time to press ahead. Survival is all that matters.
Time to strike.
We'll do it my way.
I will ascend.
What now? What's inside?
Fiat Lux!
swift as my feet can carry me.
Well, hello. Oh, for a skeleton key.
All's well that ends. Well, not as bad as it could have. Something good here, I hope. Might be useful. Can't slow down. That might be worth a look. Someone's marked a spot at the base of Moonrise Towers. Worth a look.
I might actually keep Hasen in my party because he's a bit of a healer, so instead of having Shadowheart I can have Hasen now and he can heal.
Yeah, it seems pretty good anyway.
Yeah, because my problem was always that, you know, you use so many potions if you don't have Shadowheart. I mean, I had Shadowheart in Act 2 here the most because it's technically her storyline, so it makes sense for her to be here, right? So I kind of roleplay that, you know, she's the only person who's not really fully affected by the curse, so might as well have her, right?
Yeah.
But now Halsen's a good healer and he's a bit different, and obviously I haven't had a good druid in my camp. I think Jaheir will be able to join my party too. Might as well keep him because he's a rare companion to have as well. Well, I never used him. Maybe used him once or twice in the first playthrough, so.
Better not be cursed.
So for me, he's basically a fresh character, you know. Plus, I want to have, you know, a sort of love triangle with him and Astarion, so it makes sense. There's one. I might as well do all the side. There's not much left here. I might just do all the side missions, or like not like most of them, but.
Road to Baldur's Gate is west of the town. If we hurry, we'll arrive before the Absolute's forces.
We are still going to arrive before the Absolute's forces in war. How did you jump on there? He was not supposed to jump on there. Such stupid boy. He's quiet. Come on, Halson, you can do this. Jump. Come on, Daddy Halson, jump. Oh, I see. Very short jump. Hard to, you know, carry a big body, so have to jump far.
Let's move.
Oh, I can't go this way. You're fucking kidding me. Come on.
Trust no one.
Can't give up now. Let's get going. Let's have a look. How much further can I go?
Ah.
Done.
Cool. Okay, what I want to do now is to go to the camp before leaving, I guess.
Looks like an army marched through here.
All right. What now?
Go to
What
Halson.
path lies before me?
Halson. Leave it at a camp. Maybe that's gonna make it easier to.
I swear, I'll be ready.
There we go, let's see.
I swear, I can already feel a change.
Why is this speak to Halson the cat and nothing is happening? Maybe at night, let's see.
Let's see what this does.
I should go speak to Arabella.
I don't believe it. They can't be.
Breathe, child. Resist not the winds of change. Let them carry thee.
No.
Listen. Dost thou not hear it? Where creation meets ruin, where morning meets midnight, the root of all being. Balance.
They're dead. I can't. Balance.
Your very soul is tangled in shadow. Arabella's magic, wild as cursed briar. Her talent is now yours too.
The girl must learn the ways of the arcane, but she shan't remain here. The weave knows her purpose. It will guide her plainly, if she listens. Arabella holds a power beyond reckoning, that of the decaying forest and the seedling that bore it. But it is unbalanced. Her yoke is already heavy. If she walks thy path, it will surely break. Arabella will depart once thou dost leave these accursed lands. She will find her way safely. Thus, it is fated.
Bowman, you're making me leave.
Fear not, girl. Abandon not the weave, and it shall not abandon thee.
You feel her grief fade as if it were your own. There is a lightness in her now, veiling the power within, soothing it.
Is that my future? Is that why they died?
It is.
It's wonderful. Thank you, Bowman, for being nice. If there are people like you around, perhaps everything will be all right.
Ah.
What a day.
No one stopped me yet.
If Bowman says I'll be alright, I'll be alright. I just wish... I wish it was different. I wish Mum and Pops was here. I don't feel so strong. Or anything, really. Just tired.
If you have business to conclude before we march, have it done. The road to Baldur's Gate is long, and the city needs us.
Moving in.
I swear, I can already feel a change in the air. Like the curse itself knows its time is short. Good. Now our roots can deepen. Together.
How did he gain 9 grand of XP all of a sudden if he was in my party just now?
Here goes nothing.
Open this cage, you munting asshole!
What's up for discussion?
The dog wags his tail, a small bag clenched between his teeth. He gives in and surrenders his find to you. Scratch's tongue lolls out.
Have a lot on my mind.
Let's
And
go!
we're in it.
The curse has been lifted. The land's cleansed of the shadows. Kethric's reign of living death is over. Your courage has been tested, and in this at least, you have triumphed.
That's cool. Cortex. He never grew out of his anime villain
Sergeant,
age.
if you are here, I presume Wern's
yeah.
Rock is secure. And preparations for my inauguration are complete.
No,
It's
Lord
not a
Cortex.
phase, Mom.
We were interrupted. Another quake in the lower city. More severe this time.
So you came cowering to my chambers? I'm flattered, Sergeant. But even I cannot command natural phenomena to cease.
Forgive me, my lord. But there is panic in the streets. The people are afraid.
Perhaps the people would be calm if you kept your nerve. I expect better from the flaming fist than to run scared from a slight tremor in the earth. Get back to your duties.
Duties, duties, duties. Patrolling and saluting and following and bowing and scraping. Yes, sir. No, sir. Rip and cut your throat, sir. Your plan is falling apart, lordling. Give me a reason not to cut you to ribbons.
Control yourself, Orin. We need to focus on reuniting the stones or the brain will break free. These quakes are just the start. Neither of us expected the prison bearers to kill Ketherick. They'll be traveling to the city. Let's make sure we give them a Baldurian welcome.
My prodigal bloodkin is among them.
They live.
She said that.
I made mince of their ugly mind matter. And if they dare return, I will strip out their offer.
Oh my god, she said it. Oh.
Beyond the campsite, the city waits in uneasy silence. One sleep away.
Nice.
Home sweet house.
You just got to Baldur's Gate?
Hmm?
You jump.
A province before Baldur's Gate.
Jesus, I'm so far away from Baldur's Gate.
See, Baldur's Gate is there in the horizon, technically, where the wall is, right?
Oh yeah, but I mean, like, when you're out of camp, then, like, you're gonna arrive to Baldur's Gate.
No. There's this province before Baldur's Gate. Cool place.
Best be on my way.
To hang out. I love it though, looks so beautiful.
What's in here?
I'm listening.
Well met.
Almost pleasant traveling with company, if you ignore all the less pleasant aspects.
Yeah, even the buddies have little tent.
It's so cute.
Mhm.
They're friends.
Best friends.
Copper for your thoughts.
Oakfather preserve you. Only by reputation. She was present when we marched against Ketheric Thorm, but on the far end of the battle lines from where I fought. And in the chaos that ensued, well, our forces were scattered. I led some to safety, but never learned of her fate. I'm glad to hear she survived. Though in truth, I should not be surprised. She was always said to be formidable and cunning. I could have learned much from her, no doubt. There is much to admire, judging by the stories. I cannot help but wonder how she would have handled some of the challenges I faced as Archdruid. Defended the Grove, Korga, the Shadow Druids. At least now we can benefit from her presence, and perhaps work to a common goal. Most unnatural, most foul. Nature is a cycle of life and death, yet this form only serves death. Worse, it only serves murder.
Oh no, he's hating on me. I told him that I have been gifted with the most powerful Slayer. He's fucking trashing me for it.
I've been unfair to you. I've had unrealistic expectations of your character ever since I joined you. But honestly, you've surpassed even those. Seems my faith was more than well-founded. What would you like to know? You're not a doppelganger, are you? Trying to study me to learn all my secrets so you can take my place? Save for me, my line perished a long time ago. They rest in High Forest now, near the shade of the grandfather tree. The Grove became my family, with Sylvanus as my teacher. And now I have you. It was a long time ago. The wounds don't heal, but they become more bearable. I'm 350 years old. Of course there have been lovers. Just because I love nature doesn't mean I'm betrothed to it. Though sometimes nature needs reminding. Well, I didn't pick this scar up in battle. I was in wild shape. Only I forgot it was the season when bears are particularly social. A she-bear claimed me as her own and did not appreciate being spurned. Right now, I bed down alone, I'm afraid. Perhaps once I talk less of curses and parasites, my fortunes will improve. I suppose you wouldn't be shocked to learn I love animals and nature? I know, well-trodden territory. Well then, let's see. I whittle in my spare time, and I've something of a sweet tooth. Although everyone's very amused when I say I like honey. Ornaments, utensils, and ducks. I like ducks. You're right. Sometimes I think people look at me and imagine my feelings can't be hurt. Thank me by returning the favor, why don't you? Come on. I'm sure you've something better than carving wooden ducks.
Uh-oh.
Oh, well. Your choice, of course.
Oh, it is approved. What the hell?
I had a friend when I was young, long ago. He played with me in the forests where I grew up. But eventually, I realized no one else had heard of him. It was Daniel, of course. Nature was my very first friend. I get older, but he hasn't changed a day. I knew then that I had to be more than a companion to him. I had to be a protector. I am? Trust me, it's been said. You show more restraint than most in avoiding the subject until now. Who's to say? Perhaps there's a half-orc buried somewhere in my ancestry. Or perhaps not. Sometimes I think conventional wisdom is too narrow about what someone can or cannot be. Stranger things have most certainly happened. Anytime. Oakfather preserve you.
Oh, girl wants to talk.
I'm supposed to sacrifice myself to stop the Absolute. Yeah, I don't think I could have gone through with it, in truth. And I'm glad that I didn't, given what has come to light.
Why did Astarion teleport next to us? It's like, I have to eavesdrop this conversation just in case the romance in Gale.
Hardly. I'm more than glad to leave that place behind. The Elder Brain. But, more importantly, the crown that it wore. Even without seeing it for myself, I could sense it. Netherese magic. So pure, so complete. I doubted what I was feeling at first. Most Netherese artifacts contain only the faintest amount of their former power, the ghost of an echo of a memory. That crown was different. I can't fathom how such a wonder survived. Surely everything of its ilk was destroyed along with Netheril itself, but no matter. It exists. I must learn more of it. We need to learn more about what we saw. An artifact as powerful as that crown must have been documented somewhere. As luck would have it, we'll soon find ourselves near one of the finest book collections this side of Candlekeep. Sorcerer's Sundries. I need to go there and learn all I can. Ha! Sorcerer's Sundries is no mere trading post. It's been serving the arcane community for centuries. Their collection of rare tomes is unparalleled. Netherese texts are hardly commonplace, but I'm certain they'll have one or two stashed away. You'll have to forgive my eagerness, but if my suspicions prove to hold water, this could be the answer to all our problems. Go ahead. I'm listening.
The gate is closed, as is Cazador. Cazador and his rite of profane ascension. An imperial soiree, attended by devils and spawn alike. A grand ceremony to honor one exalted vampiric master. And elevate him to an unfathomable station. To place him in a position of such esteem. The world will yearn to kneel and offer their necks. Then you've been thinking the same thing. If the time comes and I can stay one move ahead of him, I'll take his place before his blood can hit the floor. What's a handful of the wretched servants? If they're anything like me when I was enslaved, they're all but begging for death anyway. After 200 years of shit, pure shit! I think I deserve something better. We'll be glorious, both you and I. You'll have your day too. Let's find out more about the ritual before we waltz into Cazador's front door. If we track down my old comrades, the other spawn, we may discover more. And be finely positioned for yours truly to ascend. My, you sweetheart. Then there isn't a moment to waste. If we don't find my brethren, they'll find us, likely with bared fangs. We should get to them first. Then we can make their pretty tongues talk. Unless Cazador's change their orders, they'll be in the dens of this town, seeking prey. Is there something you want to talk about, my dear? Then I'll see your delicious self tonight. I'm all pointy ears, my love. There is nothing I'd like more. wishes.
Thy wheel of fate turns ever to the dark. Dost thou require a new ally? Or mayhaps a resurrection instead?
Where's Jahira's thingy?
My resplendence honors yours.
Still breathing, despite everything.
The events of the last days weigh heavily upon you. Sleep's rest is slow to come to one whose mind is so full. The Absolute is not a god, but an elder brain controlled by the chosen of the Dead Three. They mean to use it to take control of the Sword Coast. All who carry the tadpole are governed by the brain, and by extension the chosen. It will take but one order to transform them into an army of mind flayers. This would have been your fate too, were it not for the astral prison, and the mysterious visitor inside of it. With his help, you have uncovered the cult for what it really is. A plan of conquest, orchestrated by the gods of death themselves. Together, you have the power to thwart the Dead Three. If you follow this path to its end, the Elder Brain will not answer to the Chosen. It will answer to you. And what then? You are prone to impulses as uncontrollable as the gods themselves. Will you even have a say in what you do? Will you liberate the true souls from their parasites and their religious delusions? Or will you use the power you gain for your own purposes? Even as you utter the words to yourself, you know it is but an intention. And these dark desires of yours have little regard for your intentions. You will not have long to wait. All you need to do now is sleep. But sleep is not for you.
The reckoning is upon us! The city thirsts for domination. March! Join power.
We're under attack. Help me.
You lifted harbor up!
Oh no. What is going on? That one Gif Yank is glitching really badly. And standing in a T-form.
T-posing.
Yeah.
Tadpole scum!
Fight your way to the portal. I need your help.
I won't give in. Swift as my feet can carry me.
Don't linger.
I will ascend.
Come quickly. I can't do this without you.
Taking position.
Let's spill some blood.
Sometimes the only way out is through.
Hungry for the slaughter.
Sylvanas, preserve us. That orb's about to shatter.
there! Help me! I'm under attack!
Someone there?
Action, not reaction.
No choice but to keep going. What path lies before me?
Step quick.
Swift and lethal. On the move.
You will be cleansed.
Heal me, damn you!
Starry,
What the hell?
this can't be the end.
Fucking bastard.
Nothing important is ever easy.
Shall we cut and run? Let's play.
It's not over. Come to the skull. Hurry! I can't hold them back alone.
That should more than suffice.
These things have stayed interesting.
I need you. Now.
Coming.
It's not over. Come to the skull.
Breathe deep and move. Don't mind if I do.
The skull. Come to the skull. It's not over. Come to the skull.
Something good here. I hope.
Before you do anything, I am your ally. We are in danger.
Geek abomination! By the one true sky, what is this madness?
The Githyanki is the source of our protection against the Absolute. I must subdue him, or everything we've worked towards is lost. Don't let my form deceive you. I am the one that's been protecting you. I am the one that came to you in your dreams. Help me. You saved a child from a viper back in the Druid's Grove. You saved the Asima Night Song from her soul cage. You let me live last time you were here, though it brought Blackhead's wrath upon you. Your continued existence as yourself, and not a mind flayer, should be all the proof you need. Now, help me. The god. Destroy the god. They prevent me from subduing their master. Do it now!
Aid an illicit against Githyanki. We cannot. We must not!
Your blind loyalty will be your undoing, lae'zel. Fight with me for your own survival. Together, we can turn the tide.
Oh, what?
miss this. Let's go.
Blood comes easy these days. Have to keep going.
Destroy the Honor Guard.
For Orpheus! Attacker!
Oh, what? Bastard. Crit on the house really badly.
Shall we dance? Spill some blood. A better position.
I will ascend.
Close to my limit.
Helsen? Helsen!
First hiccup for Hausen. Oh, for fuck's sake. Staren is still holding a fucking stupid lantern.
What's wrong with it?
He's holding a stupid lantern instead of his second dagger, you know.
Oh.
Oh no. Hell yeah. Just a little bit of overkill.
I must regain control. Thank you. That was too close. Don't look at me like that. I am a mind flayer. Yes. Without me, you would be a slave to the Absolute.
It's obscene to owe my life to a damned geich. No more lies, no more tricks. I will have answers.
It's like I said before. I'm just like you. An adventurer. I came from Baldur's Gate, though I was never one to be constrained by circumstance. I longed for more. That longing brought me to Moonrise Towers on a search for treasure. To a colony of mind flayers who caught me, changed me into what I am now. For years, I served the Elder Brain, the one you know as the Absolute. I was a thrall like any other, but I was fortunate. I broke free and started a new life in my old city. I sustained myself on criminals. Unglamorous, but there are plenty of them, rarely missed. And they fueled me while I did my work. I had the good fortune to meet Duke Stillmain. We formed a partnership, and through her, I became the governing force behind the Knights of the Shield, the largest mercantile operation in Baldur's Gate. People referred to me as the Emperor. Such was my influence, though of course they had no idea what I really was. My needs were sated. I was happy for a while, until my true nature was discovered by the tyrant himself, Lord Gortash. He tore me from my home and brought me back to the Brain, where I became a slave once again. A slave he continued to call the Emperor. The name was intended as a slight, to remind me of the heights from which I fell. But I have grown fond of it. It encapsulates well who I've become. Indeed. His hubris knows no bounds. To enslave me, that was his nature. But to enslave an Elder Brain, a questionable decision. I shall look forward to sharing his downfall with you. Prince Orpheus, son of the first leader of the Githyanki.
Orpheus? Impossible. He was slain by Jastil Kithrak himself.
Quite possible, I assure you. His power has been the source of your continued protection against the voice of the Absolute. The power to disrupt hive mind communication. It is the same power that enabled Orpheus's mother to bring about the fall of the Illithid Empire eons ago. A power she passed on to him, and that I leveraged for you. When Orpheus's mother left, a usurper took her place. Blackith declared herself queen of the Githyanki. Blackith wanted his power, but Orpheus rose against her, and so she sealed him and his honor guard within this prison. Bound by infernal chains, Orpheus could never leave. Bound by duty, his guard never would. They were close to breaking my hold on that prince. And if they had succeeded, we would be lost. I am relieved. You have embraced your potential enough that you could help me eliminate them. Alone, Orpheus will be much easier to control. No. Gortash sent me on a mission to retrieve the astral prism. I was one of many, but the first to find it. How Gortash or the other Chosen learned of its existence, I do not know. The moment I found it, I felt a change. My free will returning. I followed the feeling inside, and found Orpheus. I realized what the prism was for. Containment. While my body was within the prison's bounds, my mind was free. I could resist the Elder Brain, the Chosen. Better yet, I could plan to overthrow them. All I needed to do was subdue Orpheus and find allies in the outer world. You. Most certainly Orpheus. He is a threat to her reign. Some Githyanki still revere him in defiance of their teachings. Blackith was safe as long as they believed him to be dead. But as you can see, he is very much alive.
I don't understand. The histories claim the prince was burned to ash in the skies.
Your histories are fabrications. The prince was not killed. As you can very well see, he was in prison. She kept him this way because she was reluctant to eradicate such power. Power that she might one day wish to take from him. If the Githyanki ever find out what she has done, there will be civil war. Blackith will be finished. That would be a terrible idea. The moment he is free, he will attack you. Your only defense would be to kill him. And in so doing, he would doom us both.
Even though he is subdued, you feel Orpheus's revulsion. A pulsing hatred that cannot be contained. The Emperor is telling the truth. To him, you are just another wretched illithid.
You carry a tadpole. As far as Orpheus is concerned, you are already a Illithid, a sworn enemy, just like me. I'm glad you think so. I agree. But there is one thing that you have that I do not. My original body was destroyed when I transformed. Yours continues to limit you. As an Illithid, I have far surpassed who I ever was before. You, too, should embrace this change. I believe we'll have a better chance of defeating the Elder Brain if you embrace your latent Illithid potential. I've been studying you for a while now. I believe I can trigger the next stage of your tadpole's life cycle, while continuing to preserve your independence. You have seen what I can do. Imagine yourself with the same strength, the same intelligence, the same devastating beauty. If you let me, I can evolve you. The answer is twofold. One, I can, but it would kill you, as I told you before. Two, why would I? You have done well with the limited form you have, but you would do far better as an illithid. So, do you wish to evolve or not? You will be able to do things you never thought were possible. There will be physical alterations, of course, but only partial. You will retain most of your current form, and you will soon see that the benefits outweigh any perceived loss.
Even as you say the words, you feel a lurch of disappointment. Your mind bristles with illithid potential. How could you be so cruel as to deny yourself what you want most in the world?
I felt that. It's your nature. You cannot fight it. So embrace it. It wants to evolve, but it cannot do so alone. It must commune with another.
What happens if I eat it?
I mean, obviously you have to go for that.
What are you?
A coldness seeps through your veins as the tadpole awakens, its yearning almost unbearable. Your mind is a veritable feast.
I suppose, if it works. But if you had opened your mind to it, rather than consuming it, your allies could have taken advantage of its power as well.
The tadpole's essence courses through you. Where it touches, your flesh, glands, organs contract and flood with pure thought. You feel different. Your body has never felt more connected. Your mind present in every flex of a joint or muscle.
You are exquisite. But we mustn't lose focus. We need to resume our journey. You heard the Chosen. The brain has gone to the city, and the army marches to follow. We must not let them reach it. We must find the brain and bring it under our control.
Unfortunately, we're not keeping it. I would like to keep the R cute face on. Don't want it ruined by illithid powers.
It wants to evolve, but it cannot do so alone. It must commune with another. A tadpole, nurtured by the psionic energy of the astral plane. Cocooned here for millennia, it has become extraordinary.
Oh fuck. Yes! Oh my god! First roll and it's a crit.
Nice.
Thank you, Dark Urge.
A wave of disappointment, stronger than any you've ever felt. And then stillness. You've resisted your illithid instincts. For now.
You are not ready yet. Keep hold of it then, until you are. It has enough vitality to further your evolution, and your allies. Perhaps you will be more inclined to try it when you see more of what our enemy can do. But we mustn't lose focus. We need to resume our journey. You heard the Chosen. The brain has gone to the city, and the army marches to follow. We must not let them reach it. We must find the brain, and bring it under our control.
I'm not here for chit-chat.
Never a dull moment. Time to press ahead. Seems simple enough.
The orb hums with cerebral magic, permeable, but impenetrable. Within it, the Githyanki prince is as silent as a corpse, but for the murmur of his powers being siphoned away.
Seems like a good moment to talk.
Consider using the tadpole. Your evolution will be a benefit to us both.
Wish I had a bag of holding. Anything of use?
It is not the Geich visitor that Vlaakith would destroy and Voss would set free. It is Orpheus, the blood of the mother, the prince of the comet. And even more powerful still. It said he could bring 1,000 Githyanki to their knees with one command. Listen close. The Emperor spoke only in half-truths. For you to know the tale of Orpheus, you must know the tale of Gith and of Vlaakith. Long ago, when we rose up against our Geich slavers, Mother Gith made for the Hells to secure an alliance with the Archdevil Tiamat. Tiamat gifted the Githyanki our red dragons. Gith remained in the Hells, and Tiamat's envoy proclaimed Vlaakith our ruler. The first Vlaakith of many. It is Vlaakith 157 whom my people now call Queen. Orpheus is Gith's only son. He led his mother's own honor guard in a coup against Vlaakith I. It was Kithrak Voss himself who slayed the prince in vicious battle, or so the Varshas teach us. Yet the Prince of the Comet's been with us, subdued by that repugnant illithid. Should Orpheus go free, he would tear Vlaakith's empire to pieces and build new glory from the scraps. The seed and the sower. Every word Voss spoke, he spoke true. Orpheus is the living proof of the Queen's lies, and the living weapon that conquered our Geich slavers. One word from his lips, and the people would doubt. 2 words, and they would rage. 3 words, and they would bow to the true heir. If the Githyanki are to be free, the Prince of the Comet must lead the way.
So, we owe our lack of tentacles to one of the very creatures that kidnapped us. And now it's offering us power if we're willing to evolve.
So your confidant was a mind flayer all along. Disquieting, to say the least.
Confidant. Those dead bodies around our camp, amazing. These guys are spending too much time with me. They're like, yeah, leave the corpses around, it's fine.
Oakfather preserve you. What would you like to know? Anytime. I've been but honestly, you've surpassed even those.
Oh, Halson. Don't move.
So, there's been a mind flayer inside the artifact, or astral prism, The whole time we've had it. Sounds like utter madness, even though I've seen it with my own eyes. The more I learn, the less I understand just why I was sent to retrieve that thing. But it matters little now. I do not serve Shah anymore, nor the Mother Superior. The prism is no longer my mission. Saving my parents is. But I digress. Did you want something?
No time to rest.
Pave my path with corpses. Build my castle with bones.
Gods. A mind flayer's been getting their tentacles all over our dreams this whole time. I'm really not sure about putting any trust at all in this thing. It's already shown itself a liar. I've got my eyes on the Emperor, and Karlach doesn't blink. Soldier? You know I'm up for anything, but there's no room for me. Come on, put me in already.
Fine. I'll leave lae'zel. Take Karlach. So she asks so nicely.
I'm listening.
Sorry, babe.
Are you sure that's the best course of action? Confirmed. Until then, I remain at the ready.
Her tone changed. She's... Oh my god. You're... What? She gave me all the money and now I'm encumbered. I guess I'm rich.
We're rich.
You know, it changed from... Oh, do you think you can survive without me? From... I'm at the ready anytime you need me. Take Karlach with us.
What's on your mind? Let's go. Well, well, well.
Have to work on her loadout as well. We need to work on her loadout for sure.
Moving it. Looky.
Is that blood? No, never mind. I should speak up.
My resplendence honors yours.
If not over, then through.
Is there something you want to talk about, my dear? Darling, I thought you'd never ask. I'll see you tonight. We both know what it is capable of, but I'm not touching it. That was before I knew the cost. Before I knew it meant transforming into some grotesque beast. I remember how it hurt when I turned into a vampire. My body writhed and warped while I was utterly helpless. The grip of death owned my heart as it beat its last. I don't want to turn into anything else. I can't do that again. I can't watch my body be taken over. I had nothing for so long. Nothing. Not even my own body. I will not give it up. Now it's mine again. Is there something you want to talk about, my dear? Can we? I suppose we can. There is nothing I'd like more. Delicious.
Whew. Quite the rug pull, eh? A mind flayer manipulating us this whole time. Such creatures are not to be trusted as a general rule, though this one does appear to have had a significant hand in our survival up to this point. At best, an ally whose motivations remain shrouded in deceit. We should be wary of what such an alliance may cost us.
Oakfather preserve you.
Here we go.
Here comes almost Baldur's Gate.
Mm-hmm.
Well, not quite a city yet, but the suburbs.
We must find where Gortash and Orin have established themselves, and take their nether stones.
Worm's Crossing, the welcome mat of Baldur's Gate. This is it. I'm almost home. I won't lie. The thought hardly fills me with glee. Even with my newfound advantages, he's still an incredibly powerful vampire. But he's arrogant too. If he does hear I'm back, he'll try to take me and expose himself in the process. Then I'll be able to strike something of a gamble, true, but if I can win, if I can beat him, it would be worth any risk. So yes, I do worry about facing him. But if we can get his attention, finding the ritual's location will be much easier, and that could give me the edge I need.
Soldier, this is it. We're almost to the city. First through Worm's Crossing, then on to the lower city. Oh, it smells the exact same. 10 years on, but still home. Incredible.
Worm's Crossing, the gaping maw of the city. Nature has little control over what happens beyond that bridge. I have. He speaks to me during my nightly meditations. He is well, and Oliver also. At times they are one, and at others they divide. Easier for playing, perhaps. And the land thrives also. I doubt you would recognize it. Perhaps one day, you and I can both return and see it for ourselves.
Need to find a way forward. Maybe I need more pockets.
Sorry?
Should we watch something?
Yeah. Definitely.
I've been trying to get through that goddamn fucking roadblock. I went around the entire place only for the thing to be in the last room that I could possibly find. And then I tried to explode it and I only found, like, even though I picked up 2 smoke powders, but it only dropped 1 and it wasn't enough.
Oh yeah, you had to drop another one too. Did you manage to break it?
No.
No.
Not
Oh.
yet.
Look for the stash. You know how you arrive to this location with the ship, right? Why is car? Oh, why did car look? So basically, arrive and then literally opposite of that bank, you should go to the other one, right? Where it's like there's a few Dragar just pushing like corpses into the. And there are a few.
Excuse me. I can't find
doors.
my mum.
Look through them, and you might be able to find the stash.
Jenna, my cat is Grub. He's shy. I'm not. My mum is called Emery. She went to go get some herbs for her spots. She was sick, and she was supposed to come back the same day. That was last 10 day, though. That means you don't come back. My mum is coming back, though. She's looking for me. If you see her, tell her Yenna's looking for her. It's really scary when you're alone without your mum.
Nearly there now. You can see the city.
Seems like a good moment to talk.
Oh,
One foot in front of the other.
I've been seeing that for days. My feet hurt.
I know, little one, but you'll be in a big, cozy bed soon.
Precisely how many red caps are missing?
I just told you. 6.
Yeah.
The circus of the last days has returned. See Dryads, Jinn, and Dribbles the Clown back with a new act.
One of our red-cap cleaners alerted you.
Stinks of cheese between his piggy toes.
How dare you? What in the hells is all of this?
A necessity, good sir. The Steel Watch loves pretending sweet Rivington doesn't exist. So we have decided to protect you, dear patrons. No need to thank us. You'll be allowed in once I've done this batch. Next! Hello, hello, and welcome to the Circus of the Last Days, the finest extra-planar circus there is.
A circus! Can we go?
Oh, this is Benjamin. Say hi, Benji. Benji here checks all our patrons to make sure none of you are vicious murderers. Can't be too careful. Enough of this. The circus is a place of joy and distraction, so come inside and forget your worries. Not a problem, dear patron. Benji just has to check if you're a vicious murderer. Benji?
Blood! Tasty blood! So delicious!
Oh, well, that's a first. Usually I'd allow you in, but in these times, I can take no chances. Move along. No circus for you. Oh, damned if I'm not a sucker for big eyes and a heartfelt plea. Very well. Welcome to the Circus of the Last Days. Have fun and be sure to catch the star of our show, Dribbles the Clown.
The creepy monster thing.
Benji.
No like you. No like your smell.
I love Benji.
I'm so cute.
Just want to do one thing.
This city of stone and steel is an endless scream in nature's womb. I have felt no peace here. Until now, your eyes, Stira. There is pain, endless and deep, but also devotion, blazing like the sun. You're in love. Are you not? You are wise to admit it. When it comes to love, vulnerability is armor, truth a sword, and trust a shield. I pray you wield all three, Stira. Bring the one you love to me. I will look into your hearts and see if your love is eternal or doomed eternally.
Why can I say it to Carla? I can have a romance, Carla. There's Halson too, which would make sense. I've been trying with him, but...
Oh, my love. How could I say no?
Close your eyes, little ones. Be still as stone to earth. And remember to breathe. see you. I see the bond between you. So tender, so fragile. But do you see it for yourselves? Astarion, a tumultuous past, hides behind a mirthful grin. The heart is fraught, so let us begin with the joyous. When is he happiest?
Guilty as charged. Sometimes literally.
Hear how your bond thrums with pleasure. Strong, vital, pulsing with affection. Many things delight the heart, but only one makes it sing. Tell me, what does he desire more than anything?
Oh, yes. Yes, please.
The sweetest loves dance lightly on the tongue, but now we must dig deeper, into the most painful reaches of the spirit. Fear sits in the soul of all. To tame it, we must name it. Astarion, what is his deepest fear?
Really? I mean, yes, but really? You just tell whatever stranger just walked up and asked?
There is no need for secrecy here. You wear your truth so close to the skin.
Well, you were right every time. I almost wish you hadn't been, but, you do know me.
How close you are. Two hearts beating a perfect rhythm. But I know the truth. Only one face haunts your dreams each night. Close your eyes, sweetness, and she will come to you.
Look at it. Come crawling home, hands stained with the Bone Lord's soot. And you carry his stone. You waste time soft soothing these flesh bags for the knife. I could end it now. But I'll be patient. Father will see us together again. He will see you bleed.
So Arin is a shapeshifter. Where will she be watching?
It's not enough. We have a gallery of villains to look out for, but now we could be infiltrated by a shape changer. I can't even tell if any of you are acting strange because you've been replaced, or because this group is full of weirdos.
Fair point. I'm surprised it didn't hear what Arn said about, you know, us being related.
Fucking shapeshifter. She'll try to break our best asset, our trust. Fortunately, she's no match for our second best asset, me.
That foul shapeshifter Orin is like a scavenger beast, probing us for weaknesses. Do not let her shake your resolve.
That was cool.